Nilanja number Sama la Hado Delis in the Shirata, no cantata Yamba Semje Tamji, Laname Payanta per Dobu Sanji Komata Barcha, Teacher the Tambe Chisamo Shugi Yambage, Colon Chodo, Tokene Senona.
Good morning, everyone. Please listen with the motivation of bodhicitta by thinking all beings throughout space must be brought to this state of perfect and complete Buddhahood, and that it is in order to bring that about that you will listen to the profound and holy Dharma. Nipa, ta dampo te chokcholing balas, chongbu de.
Ta nipa lam nandikindo. Nipa ti hingu shona nikan things tepata.
Let it.
Nikan things ta lam o ye cheda dogwe rim le cheda pado chevasi ten namen je pongam jangwe cheda wang pombe nyamne laiko ngo ante dogwe sanan kom sa yigin do tang so kam le mata ke duba songdi long ying dutel Dorje Tulku tang wang sang nyamne ne de hun kun tong yume peji so ne nyensen ji yulu kajurwe hezong ke nawa towar tang lam sarjang ke pondong jabo yin tigli longjong ludong de ji tigli de Longjong Lodong do tap namdor tang dechin tung go nyam gaji lamna chi chenne tamar ye sidi yon tapen cho songyu powe sensa zong wang sembe nyamnyo sanje tal ye tela mayo ye tal tenam kunje Cho dempe tongchen ji simi bagani dechen ji ngombo ta yugbe tong debu osa dewa che ye ni ne donda me patang ta che dan dong tegang tar palang tang redu sema zang chenchi potab chenchi potabe dingsi long tap tumi lamje Yongxing la singi tipa de gasan
La so.
Tadi sarong kwada mambo chino.
Such some
Sabji tang soma matangone lam ni kumari.
digamando. Tinin
Such as a keki here that in digamando.
Pena that did it some lap.
No,
Such as some Julian some yimpa. I'll just go like this. Okay. That's a console my lap na pusana ninken so I'm so so we're gonna do it. We're gonna take care of this now. You're just lucky I'm doing them separately, because when I do them together...
Don't forget that was webcast across the world.
Yeah, that's okay. I've done worse things. Continuing from where we left off yesterday, we got to the point where Terchen Barway Dorje in this song, which is basically you can consider it the second song because it's preceded by a supplication and offering of experience to his guru, the Terchen Trukja Lingpa. You can also think of it, Rinpoche said, as the first song, since the first one is essentially a prayer. But anyway, the second piece in the collection, he's gone through his own experience and of his resolution of the pointlessness of samsara, his empowerment as a Vajra master, and then has begun explaining the stages of the actual path. And he's now completed his explanation of the preliminaries, culminating with his reiteration of the importance of Guru Yoga. And now he begins to explore the actual stages of the Vajrayana path. First, he's going to go through the stages of what is called the path of means. And this consists of what's called the gradual path of the four empowerments. Because of the nature of this is not something that one can really present in much more detail than he does in this context. But what I can tell you is I can give you ideas of what each stanza corresponds to. So the third stanza on page 17, with which we begin, while it addresses the path of generation and completion, is principally refers to the practice of the generation stage, which is the implementation of the first empowerment, the Vaz empowerment. And about this he says, the generation and completion stages of the actual path correspond to physical death, the interval, and rebirth. That is to say, especially through the practice initially of the generation stage, you seek to purify the habits that will cause ordinary death, ordinary bardo, and ordinary rebirth, and replace them with pure appearances. To purify your ripened aggregates and elements, your skandhas, and the physical constituents of your body, cultivate the devakaya, the body of the deity, of the Vaz empowerment. Get used to clear appearance that reverses solidity. So that is his explanation of the practice of the Vaz empowerment. The next stanza is a general explanation of the fundamental practice of the secret empowerment, although he's going to go into more detail about that later. The channel syllables, prana, elements, knots of impure karma, and winds of duality are tamed in the avaduti's expanse. The avaduti is the central channel, through exercises and cultivation of the secret empowerment. Then the next stanza deals with a specific aspect, which is the cultivation of the illusory body, both during the day and during the night, which means in dreams. Everything is empty form, like the 8 illusions, the 8 examples of illusions, such as mirage and twinkling stars and so on. By integrating the illusory bodies of day and night, tear fixation on appearances to shreds. This is the monarch among ways to progress on the path. So the practice here that he gives of the illusory body is a way to enhance one's practice of the path. Then he turns to the third empowerment and the practice of that. He says, the forward and backward flow of essence, or the drops, bestow liberating means and great bliss, the upper and lower gates. By perfecting the path of the 4 joys, purify the ordinary pleasure of existence. Reach supreme unity without transference. Experience the third empowerment, the display of the connate or innate. Then the next one actually deals with the resultant clear light. But it's the practice of clear light using using principally the language of the Kalachakra Tantra, but not limited to that, but because he uses the expression great emptiness with the best of all features, which has a specific meaning in that context. Never moving from that ground without mental engagement, the Lord of great bliss always resides in the Bhaga of the lady, great emptiness with the best of all features. This is the ultimate resultant clear light of great bliss. And now he goes back to the practices of the second empowerment and breaks them down into different aspects. The first of these is the first of what are called the 6 dharmas, which is Chandali. He says, from the very beginning, they've never been separate. Beyond permanence, termination, coming, going, decrease, or increase, all attributes of relinquishment, adoption, hope, and fear are exhausted. Gain full confidence beyond birth, death, or transference. This method, Chandali, is the pillar of the path.